Senza Forchetta. Senza Forchetta.
Bueno,
Bueno,
buenos días a todos. Tengo que hablar así que tú, todos los, ¿cómo se dice? Los followers,
los followers.
sienten que alguien habla en español y miran el vídeo.
Claro, pero hoy no va a ser en español, va a ser la primera entrevista o podcast en otro idioma, para mí.
Sí, porque yo soy italiano y no hablo mi español y es así. Entonces vamos a hablar en inglés. Hello everybody, and thank you for being here, and thank you Borja for being here today. It's a very special chapter that we're gonna talk about with a very special person, because your name is Borja Moreno.
That's me.
You are from Spain.
Mm-hmm.
You are from the class of 84.
Yes, that's the wonderful year.
Yeah, but as you see, he looks very young.
Thank you.
He studied medicine in Extremadura, and he's actually a medical forensic doctor.
Yes.
Yeah, and also went to Florence to do an exchange.
That's my union with Italy.
Yes, but where are we today?
Well, we are in Tanzania.
Just to make it,
Well, I mean, I have to say thank you to you, because you decided with Laura as well to come to Tanzania to volunteer in an NGO. That actually, I'm one of the 5 directors of this NGO, Tattoo Project.
Here we're going to make a big banner.
in which you are working nowadays. So
yeah.
I have to thank you. I'm very
No, but thank you for giving us this opportunity, because you're never sure when you go to work for an NGO and volunteer that you're going to find serious people in a serious organization. But since the very first moment, except him, no, it was actually a very serious organization, and we are really, really impressed by the work that they do. And we're very excited to also just give our contribution. For example, yesterday there was an inauguration, a beautiful day.
You had 2 wonderful days here.
I'm gonna put some video, maybe.
Yeah, the day the inauguration of a kindergarten, a school for very small children, and the trash-free campaign from the NGO as well, because Tanzania has not many ways to grow. Not as a country, but people need some help, let's say that way. So we were working with the Maasai, you as well, and we were one day recovering trash to exchange it for 1 kilo of rice
and
beans. And the other is that we have a donor from Spain who built a big kindergarten for children who need a place to stay while their mothers are harvesting or working.
And I mean, like, this community is really in the middle of nowhere, like close to the Kilimanjaro, to give some reference, but it's really, there's no infrastructure. The roads are all dirt road, and it's not even, I don't even think it's like a map.
Google
Maps doesn't even know. But today we're not going to speak about that.
Of course not.
We're going to speak about death.
Yeah.
Because, like we just briefly mentioned, you are a forensic doctor.
Yep.
And if you want to explain a little bit what it is.
Yeah, that depends. It's a medical specialization. It's something related, or usually we think it's related to death, which it is, of course. But forensic doctors, CSI doctors, or even we are called in England polysurgeons or forensic pathologists. So we check inside the bodies and outside to search for the origin or the cause of the death of that person.
Right.
When it's related to homicide, accident, or suicide. In that case, the justice is interested in the investigation of the case. So they have the judges, they have their own forensic doctors. That's why I work for the Ministry of Justice in Spain. But in other countries, for example, in Italy, it depends on the medico legale. So they work private, but there are some pathologists in the hospitals that they do the autopsies. In other countries, I think Denmark, It's related with the universities, the medical.
University doctors.
Yeah, like when you became a professor, you are, let's say, you are able to make reports about some medical things. Or in England, we are divided into three: the doctors that work with the police, the forensic pathologists, and the examiners, which are is another kind of doctor.
But how come that you became interested in especially forensic doctor? And by the way, there is an hashtag that is very proud of, that is foreign sexy. So please,
It's really international now.
it's an international hashtag that belongs to him.
Yeah. Well, it was a recommendation many years ago when I was kind of young and doctor, and in front of the mirror. Sometimes I used to take a picture because we will talk about that. No. It was half naked from before, after the autopsy. We take a shower.
Right.
When I uncovered my T-shirt, I used to take some pictures, but there is always a question behind. It's, look, I've done with these two corpses. We open them. We cut the skin and the muscles, and then you take a picture. You see that picture. It was kind of sexy, I have to say, but there was a thinking behind, like, look, our body's nothing. So now I'm taking a picture, but in 10 years, maybe I'm not there, which I am, but in 50 years, I will not be on the mood to do that. So it's about what happens with the body. And sometimes you see it sexy, but 2 minutes before you are opening it.
Right.
So that was the image I wanted to express, even though it ended with a foreign sexy, because it's, oh, look, this doctor is very sexy. Okay, that's all.
Right. That's actually very interesting, and I would like to go deeper into that. But first, again, why exactly forensic doctor? Why did you choose that normal and not like pediatric doctor?
You said the one I would never choose.
Interesting, also.
Yeah, it is.
But let's go step by step.
Yeah. Look, when I was in high school, my mother, she told me, your grades are really good in biology, chemistry,
science
in general. And I like a lot those topics. So she told me, you should why don't you try to be a doctor? And I said, okay, I would love to. So I started to look. I have always loved things related to legal things, like police or being a judge. I was interested in that. Also, I like sciences, and I know it's not the most what you don't expect from a forensic doctor, but I love video games which involve death and blood. My mother hates that. She hates, but I used to play Mortal Kombat, for example. From Mortal Kombat 1, it's from 1995, I think. So all this blood, I was good on that. I would say ambient context. I don't know. So in the end, if you like medicine, if you like legal topics, and if you like blood and flesh, you become a forensic doctor.
Right. And so it was a natural progression, you would say.
Yeah, I started in the first grade of medicine. In the first year, I already knew I wanted to be a forensic doctor. I was asked, what do you want to be? And I said, a forensic doctor. And I did myself studying medicina legal, legal medicine. It's called medicina legal, forense y toxicología. So legal medicine, forensic, and toxicology. It's all on the same.
So that's more of the science part where you have to understand, and once you start doing it, and now we go more into the topic of death. One thing is to study it, although I think even when you do the school, you're already seeing a lot of death. But when you started getting into the job, how was the vision versus the reality.
Yeah, the reality is crazy hard. I mean, nobody teach you how to confront death in the beginning, and it's not a natural death. My first corpse, my first corpse was a hanging man.
A what?
A hanging man. He was hanged
Okay.
by himself. Uh, and the police is waiting for you because in Spain, the judge sent his forensic doctor to the place. So there is a doctor in the crime scene investigation, and the authority is that doctor.
Right.
The police is in charge of the investigation. They are agents of the authority, but we are the authority if the judge is not there. That is written in our penal code in Spain.
Okay.
So imagine I was 20, 26, 27 at that point,
Mhm.
and you have not only to deal with the police, but with a body of a person. So it's not easy because you have to, I mean, you cannot cry, of course, but
Do you remember your emotions that day?
Yeah, because you are dealing with someone. The family was not there, which is good for you.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to deal with the family. I have a lot of stories about dealing with family issues at that point that I have to deal. I mean, you cannot leave the place without speaking with the family. But the moment when I felt, because I finished with everything, we did it really good. But the problem is when you arrive to your home and you start to speak with your mother or with my girlfriend. It's like, okay, let's go to take something, and you are like, oh, what happened in the last 30 minutes? So the first time was a bit
Yeah, I mean, it's not like
hard.
going for an ice cream.
Yeah, it's like you have to meet your life with your job, and at some points it's very, very difficult, and on the beginning it was even harder.
Did you ever think about the life that, the person that you were seeing there must have had?
Yeah, it was with the second.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, and the second showed me that a line should never be crossed.
Okay.
Let me explain you. There was no Instagram at that point. There was Facebook, and this guy had 2 years more than me, and he was on the way back from the university. He was presenting his, how do you say, like his final
Thesis?
Yes. So he was in a car behind, in the middle. He was not wearing the security belt. So he had a car accident. They have a car accident, and he went out from the window. And I had to go there to the crime scene to check everything. And I had some friends who knew them. So, and at that point, it's like, oh, well, this is going to affect me somehow. That's why I'm not working where I was born. I will tell you later. We can go a bit deeper on that. So I wrote him through Facebook because I knew that he was on Facebook. So I wrote him a beautiful letter like, hey, I'm sorry. I did this for you. For sure, you were a great person, whatever.
So you wrote a letter to him
through Facebook. And the account answered me 6 months later. I was shocked, like, oh, but that person was his brother, thanking me for writing that thing. Yeah, that was the second time. So I decided, okay, let's not cross this border anymore.
because what did he create in you?
I mean, it's a bond that you create with someone who has passed away, and it's something you don't want to take with you for the rest of your life with everyone that passes away. Because I have a lot of cases. Imagine if at some point I have crossed the border. I have to say it has happened again, but always in a good way and very, very respectful. But it's not. It's not what I want. I love energies, but it's the kind of energy I don't want to get every time, every moment, every week.
So you say it's very draining.
Yeah, yeah. I sometimes I use the image of the mentor from Harry Potter. You know, those guys like
Ah, the
swallow
Saki,
your.
Saki, I don't know how they're
Yeah,
called.
in Spain we call it the mentores. So you feel like that. And I have the image of Harry like this, and the guy black like that, that's like taking his soul. It's very like that for me.
So for you, death has a very negative aspect.
No, 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 no,
Not
no, no,
death?
not death. The energy that someone has, which is not a good energy at that moment because they are feeling pain in their souls and in their hearts. And if you go really close to someone that has to pass through that and to suffer, because we are all going to pass through that time, not by us, but by our family, our relatives, friends. At some point, it's an energy that each one of us should deal with. So there's no need to go always. If you, I mean, if you know the person, if it's you, of course, I'm going to hug you. But if it is from my job, at some point, if it's from my job, I just say, I'm sorry, goodbye. I gave an explanation. That's all. Disappear. We'll write a report for that.
I mean, I cannot imagine how it must feel to see it. Has it changed now during, we talked about how it was at the beginning. Now it's probably, I mean, at least 10 years that you're practicing.
Yes, yes, it's like
How is it now that you are in this present moment and you deal with death? You are still young,
yeah,
but you still, we did a facial scrub.
yeah. We did a train.
See, everybody can see the
In
glow.
Tanzania, in Tanzania.
Tanzania, and we're still here. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know, but how has it changed, or if it has?
Yeah. You learn how to deal with these energies. At some point, you even want to go to help, um, but at some point, let's say I have normalized the idea of death. Some people would say, "Oh, you cannot not." No, no, you have to. In this life, we are going to die.
This is actually something that why are we talking about death?
Yeah.
No, because and some people might think it's why do we need to talk about
Yeah,
death? And I'm like, why don't we talk about death?
If you have that idea now in your mind, is because it's been a long time since you speak about that with someone. So go finish this podcast and go and speak
and subscribe.
and subscribe, like, comment, and subscribe,
Like
and
comenta todos.
Exacto. So you have to we have to talk about that because it's going to happen sooner or later, not to us, but to our relatives.
Not to us, maybe also. Well, if it does to us,
yeah, of course, it will happen to us, but we are not going to be able to be present in that moment. You will know that it's happening. I will make you a question. I always ask a question.
Mhm.
There are different ways to die, of course, but you are not allowed, let's say, by the universe to say goodbye to your family and friends. Okay? So I have to, the question is, would you like to say goodbye or not? Saying goodbye usually means that you are in a condition for a long-term condition and you have been suffering, but you're free to say goodbye. The other way, you will not suffer, but you're not going to be able to say goodbye.
Yeah, I think I have my answer on this one. And I would say it's the second one.
Okay.
But just because I want to live my life as if it was my last day, in a way, which I, for sure, I'm not always able to do it and I make a lot of mistakes. But the idea is that why should I tell you goodbye if I can, just every day be there, be present. And it's kind of like every day we are I'm treating you correctly and our bond is good. So And suffering for me,
Yeah,
it's very. I don't want to suffer.
you don't want to suffer.
No, my ideal death would be I just go to sleep and never wake up again.
It happens.
Yeah.
I've seen people lying on the bed, hugging the pillow. Well, anyway, it's a way, and it will happen. We are not going to be able to choose. Only in some cases.
And what about you? What would be for you?
For me,
Mm.
I don't know. I have some ideas.
I mean, you've seen so much death. Like,
What I don't want to die is in a violent way. I would like to die in a normal way, so no police investigation. And apart from that, what I want is to bury in a specific way. I want to be buried
yeah,
in sand.
in sand.
At first, many people want to be buried, to be burned,
Ah,
the crematorium.
yeah,
Take the
cremated.
Yeah, take the ashes
Yeah,
and spread them all over
Yeah.
the world. Like if you're going to know that
Yeah.
your ashes are going to be.
maybe in Ushungo. What is it?
That was the idea 2 months.
It's a place in Tanzania, by the way.
A place I love.
The light is back.
Oh.
Thank you, Laura.
But after some spiritual thoughts and about our body, our flesh, of course, we have to live every day as if it was the last. But I want to respect my body the same way I was respecting it, or I'm respecting it during my life, with some exercise. Even though we can go at night for party, I mean, it's okay, which we did yesterday, but in a proper way. I mean, you treat your body good. The same I want to do with my body when I die. I want to leave my body to be destroyed as it has been for every human being more than in the last 2,000 years, which is go to the ground, go back to the roots, go back to the soil, and not accelerating the process with the incineration.
That's actually very interesting because it ties to a question that I wanted to ask you about the body. Because you talk about the corpse, but sometimes you talk about the human, and sometimes you talk about the corpse.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is the distinction to you?
There is a legal one. We are not person until we are born, and the same. The moment you die, you lose the properties. I would say the rights to be a person.
Okay.
You are not a person anymore.
I mean, you lose the rights.
Yeah, it's in the civil code in Spain, and for sure it's in every civil code because you have to write down that. So you are not a person anymore. You lose your rights. That's why if you do something to a body, even though if it was a person before, the penalties in Europe are not going to jail usually.
So if I do something to the body,
if you go to the cemetery and you take a body and you re-murder it,
right?
Usually it's a fee or something. So that takes me to talk about person until we die. After that, I use the word corpse because we are not there anymore. It takes me to the soul, which I think it's, well, I don't know if it's inside or outside. That's a thing we talk the first day that you arrive. But of course, I separate body and soul and the spirit. I think we have two things: spirit, soul, and the body.
So the body, what is the role of the body while we are alive and after we die?
So after when we die is go back
to the natural
stars.
world.
Yeah, to the stars. Go back to become powder of stars. But for the soul and the spirit,
this is more philosophical. It's more going beyond death.
Yeah, of course. I don't believe that you turn off and that's all. I think you turn off your body, but you turn on other things. I think that thanks to our body, that's why we have to respect our body. Um, you have your five senses, that your five big antennas to receive, to interact with the world. But do you think that in the whole universe, with only five antennas, we are able to connect to everything in the universe? I don't think so. We have five antennas to live in this earth and in this, I would say, this altitude. Because when you climb Kilimanjaro, we have it here and you're going to clip it. When you go over 5,000, your body is not answering properly. So you're losing the connection with the earth even. So I think our five antennas are not enough for the whole universe. That takes me back to the soul and the spirit. Maybe the soul or the spirit, I would say the soul is the one who's talking to you, who's interacting, who's feeling something in this moment, which I have to be grateful, because it's the only way we can save us all, being grateful and giving and spreading love. But the spirit, it's something that will transcend. I think it's not going to disappear because as it's not material, it's nothing you can touch. It will transcend. I have my own idea. It's more related to the Hinduism because it's not that I believe in reincarnation, but I think the soul goes to a place where all the souls may gather, and from that energy that never disappears, go back to the newborns. So it's not that Giovanni in the future will come back, but a combined energy that maybe uses something from Giovanni is coming back. That's my idea.
Right. So,
For
and
sure.
has this job helped you to shape this worldview?
Yeah. Because of what I've seen, the bodies, uh, the idea that there's nothing from one day to another, that the forensic thing, the picture I was making is like, for example, you do plastic surgery, you put Botox on your skin, which it's okay if you want. You can do. You go to Turkey to put hair if you want, but in 24 hours you will lose your shape. You will lose everything from your body. So it took us a lot to be fit, but we're going to lose everything very very fast.
But then you also say that you should take care of your body,
Yeah.
but then that the body also doesn't matter a lot.
Yes, but no, but because the body is the only tool we have in this world now. So you have to respect your body. And if you, of course, we have to fight with the ego every time, every moment. Wonderful. We can open that watermelon.
Yes. And I mean, it's not really related to death,
Yeah.
but there is the ego death.
Yeah.
So let's put it inside.
Yeah,
It matters.
the people doesn't want to speak about death. It's the ego death.
Exactly.
That's not going to happen to me.
Exactly. What is the relationship with you and ego?
Oof.
Huh?
For me, it's like
Also, you are an influencer.
Yeah.
It's difficult, I feel.
But it's not that I decided to become an influencer.
Yeah.
It's because I decided to live my life as I want, not hearing the bad words to me that I still have.
Of you telling yourself or others?
No, others tell me.
Okay.
Of course.
Like the bad comments.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm not the most common forensic doctor, not even in the world. But it doesn't matter. I do my job properly. I have my colleagues. They are happy. My judges in Mallorca, they are happy with my job. So they are the ones who has to be happy. I work good with the police, the Ministry of Justice. They upgraded me 2 years ago. I was the director of Institute of Legal Medicine, which is the highest thing you can become when you're a forensic doctor. So I have support of that. Means I'm not doing bad my job. But Some people think I shouldn't wear this or wear a shuka.
These are all from Tanzania, by the
These
way.
are from Tanzania,
Like
but
Maasai jewelry.
yeah. But when I work in Spain, I put my suit, my tie, but sometimes I put a shuka on top. And people is like, what is this guy doing? Well, this guy is wearing a shuka because it was a present from someone who expressed his love to me, and I'm going to use that shuka, of course, the shuka they gave me yesterday. And the combination of the ego comes because you have to love yourself, but self-love sometimes is misunderstood with ego. So the person who has to love the most another person is you. You have to be kind with you. You have to love yourself. But at some point, people would think that is ego. That is actually ego.
Where do you draw the line? Where do you
Oof.
say that's me protecting myself? Because at the end of the day, ego or
Mhm.
ego is, if it's there, it has a reason, it has a purpose. So if it exists,
Yeah.
it is there for protection. What we when we talk about the ego, usually the problem, if there is a problem, is that it's not aware. You
Is
know,
when you are hurting others. When you are actually doing bad things to other people, I think that is ego.
so to kind of protect yourself, or what do you see it? Because in what context do you
E-
think?
For example, this interview. There is people that is going to say, "Oh, while you were in Tanzania doing the volunteering, it's true you did a podcast. It was necessary." And some people will tell me that this is ego. And I said, we are not hurting anyone. We are not doing bad. Actually, we are doing wonderful thing that is spreading knowledge, and it is one of the best uh, things that a person can do. It's spread what we know, and we are not forcing no one to listen.
Exactly.
So I think I draw.
But you can listen if you want.
Yes, please.
Yes, please do it.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Comment, share,
Like,
like. No, but I understand what you're saying. To me, it's about this. I'm experimenting with this 50-50 rule.
mhm,
So I'm 50% of
okay,
my universe,
okay,
and the remaining 50% is everything else.
good.
So because I was like, where do I draw the line? How much is because in every situation we could argue, and even then, what is 50%?
Yeah.
But at least it's helping me to recognize in every interaction others, because I feel like sometimes the problem of ego is when this self-love
Mhm,
just blinds you from saying, oh, this is the only thing that, okay, is good for me and
yeah.
perfect, and then it stops. But at least if you ask yourself, how will this impact others, so this
Yeah.
other 50%, at least it will open the reflection
Yes,
about
yes.
how you can,
And we are doing this on Sunday. It means we are not taking our time, our job hours away, or we are still helping everyone from tomorrow on.
yeah.
Try to help more than helping.
And also there was a quite a busy week, from plastic collection to the
Yeah.
inauguration.
So it's very nice.
It's very nice. Yeah. And actually, so we kind of, the framework that I wanted to use was the past, so the death and the life that was there, and we briefly touched upon that. And maybe if you want to share other story, we talked about the present, which also comes this idea of ego, but also I want to tie it to the future.
Yeah.
Like we are now in a digital age,
Yeah.
where there's a lot of companies that talk about longevity, the possible idea of never dying, right? So we're going to live forever. Okay. And the question I have for you, do you think that death is a bug to be fixed in the human experience? Yes, like a computer bug.
Yeah.
Or it is a necessary condition for life.
Well, it's a necessary. The answer is that it's a necessary condition for life. The only true when you are born is that you're going to die. So there's only that's a dogma. That's it. I understand what you say about what we are going in the future.
Oh, it's already happening now,
Yeah. What I think the idea of bring our consciousness out from our heads and put them into an USB. That is the path.
Right.
So if we do this, at some point we will be able to live forever, but on a computer, or that takes us to Black Mirror, the series from Netflix. Netflix, you can pay for advertisement here at the moment.
Let's do a show.
Yeah.
Sexy foreign,
Foreign sexy.
foreign sexy on Netflix.
The series. They will talk about the chapters later.
Right.
You could do a serial, whatever, like a mini series of foreign sexy. Anyway, from the future, I think people are more connected with the idea of dying. The more time that we live, the more we are connected. But for example, the philosophy of Stoicism, I think it's, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Stoicism.
Yeah. So it's a lot about thinking that you are going to pass away one day. So try to do the best on your daily life, what you said. And I think it's the idea of this awakening of everyone. And these philosophical ideas are coming back from the classical ages. So I think we are in a good moment for the future to know that death is coming, but we have a very strong competitor, which is the, how do you say that? The bad capitalism. Capitalism wants you to know that you are not going to die.
Like techno-feudalism, they call it.
Yeah. Good idea. It's like
a good idea, you think?
No. The word, the definition. It's like the banks are going to give you money because you're not going to die. Insurance is not the insurance, but you're not going to die. Clothes, you will need more clothes every time. So the bad, the strong, the hard capitalism, it's going against. They don't want you to think you're going to die. Be beautiful, be young.
Because it cannot be controlled.
Yeah,
you know?
Of course.
Like that's the idea of having a digital world where everything is digitalized. I even think now, going back to the women here that we help, and we think that we're helping them. But I also like the reason why I came is like, what can I learn from them? Because
Absolutely.
the way that they were celebrating yesterday for the school that was donated to them, I think they're extremely grateful for this, but they were also living before that, and the joy that they have every day and the smiles, you don't see this in the West. We're all angry.
You expect all the time everything from the others, and that's a problem. Like expectancies, like he didn't call me. The government has to do this for me. My mother should do that for me.
Yeah.
My husband or my wife, she should do that for me. We're always expecting. We have to stop it to expect and start to do things. And spread love is what we do in this NGO.
Yeah,
spread love for free.
It's very nice.
You have, let's say, imagine you have a bank, and every day that bank give you 24,000 euros every day, but you cannot save that money.
So you have to spend it every day.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, it's called time.
Yeah, 24, right?
When you wake up every morning, you are given 24 hours. And there's people that they prefer to stay at home scrolling instead of watching this video. Or coming to Tanzania.
Yeah, but also in that, that's a double-edged sword. Like saying time, you shouldn't waste your life on.
Scrolling is good. Scrolling all day is not good.
Yes, but I also think this idea that we have about, you shouldn't waste your life, you should always be enjoying it. It also creates a sort of pressure into like my life. It means that if I'm doing a normal job and I'm happy about it, maybe I'm wasting my life away.
That, when you are 40, disappears. When you are 40, as I am, you have learned of everything related to your job. Like, okay, I arrived here, I got married, maybe kids, maybe married. In your job, you are well recognized as a professional. And now is the moment when you are going to start with your real life. What do you want to do? To keep in this path? Or maybe you want to do something else. For example, it arrives to me at 36 years old. It's the first time I decided to come to Tanzania. It's like, I want to be dealing with these forensic things because it looks like I'm a forensic doctor 24/7. People is very interested in this, but Borja has many other um,
Passions.
yes, many things, and I want them all together. That's why I came, for example, to Tanzania. How can I help as a doctor? I don't want to be always in the forensic part of the medicine.
I think that's a good way of doing it. What I also wanted to say with that the idea of life being something that shouldn't be wasted. But if I'm someone that wants to be on the phone and that's my life and I'm content with it, I think that's also perfectly fine. Like the idea that a life should be in a certain way
Yeah.
just because, you know,
But try to do something. If someone is doing that, always think, if is this path, is this a path of love? This is from the book I'm reading. The path I have chosen has a heart in the
yeah,
middle. So you're scrolling, and you're writing shit to others. That is not good.
yes,
Are you scrolling and you are giving likes? You're watching your old friends. You're saying hello to your grandma or to your mother, even though you're in Tanzania. There's love in that path. So
yeah,
it's something you have to choose or to
yeah.
think always.
On that, I totally agree. I think if we all chose a little bit more love, and imagine a society that was built
Oh man,
on love, not on capital.
yeah. I try to live my life with a lot of love. All in other ways that you can find, imagine.
But sometimes it's also not easy because if you give too much love, people will take advantage of it. You know.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
there's also that. You know.
Yeah, but I prefer to think that I have love. If you train, you have more love than the one that they can take advantage for.
Maybe in that situation you can protect yourself, but you can still keep giving love.
Yeah, at some point I want to stay at home alone, even though it looks like I'm doing things every day. I love to stay in the sofa, the sofa, just lying down, scrolling. But other times I like to come to Tanzania to fly or travel to to Nepal and walk and think or read. But it's something that each one of us should think. You know, the
Are,
path they are choosing.
are you scared of dying?
Dying,
Mm.
no, no. It's a bit of emotional now. After so many years, it's like, what is going to happen when you turn off and turn
Yeah.
on? What I'm afraid, and it's what we are all afraid, is to pain.
Right.
I would like not to suffer a lot, even though we are going
It's
to
inevitable.
suffer. I mean, when you are born, you cry. The only person that was born and laughed, it is said that it was Zarathustra from the Zoroastrians, that he was born laughing. I love that religion.
I would have liked to see that. You know.
with his mother crying and he laughing. So we have to know that with this body we're going to suffer. We don't want, but the human beings, the Homo sapiens, has always been suffering. They have suffered a lot, pain, physical pain. So if it happens, well, we are used to that.
And what are you sure that will not die? Is there a thing that after seeing so much death, you're sure there's one thing that never dies?
Love. I'm going back to the love because it hurts a lot when you lose someone. I lost a friend, and it was so painful. He, she died in an accident. It was sudden death. She used to be my student of medicine. I met her, and then she was
Yeah, because you also teach
yes,
in a university.
yes.
So many things.
So many things. She was in the first year. I started to be a teacher, a university professor. She was a student. I was the professor, but then we changed. She was my yoga professor, and I was
Beautiful.
the student. And we lived. I mean, this world gave us 2 years to be teacher or master and a student, but she went away, and you feel that pain. It's really really painful when you see when you lose a very good friend, and that means that love never dies. It stays there, but that emptiness, that darkness, it has to be substituted. I don't know if you say that. Sorry for my English. Or if at some point I studied English, I went to New Zealand, but it's my English is all I have. But that place in your heart and in your soul is not going to be. You are going to refill it with memories, good memories of that person. But I think that love is not going to disappear. That's why I still love her. I mean, she was a wonderful friend. That emotion is not going to disappear. The same is, I suppose, when my father or my mother, when they pass away, when they die, I will feel love, and that love means that it's going to be pain, a lot pain.
Yeah, I think that's also the other side of love, right? Love hurts.
Yeah.
And
Maybe that love that taste. The song it talks about. Then how is it?
he's also a singer.
No, I'm not singing.
And
I will tell you the name of the song.
no, but like, and it goes back maybe to the idea of death again, right? So like, it has to. That's probably why it exists. So
Yeah.
it we just need to accept it.
In the other day, last week in the Serengeti, we were in the Serengeti. And
It's an area here.
national park, no, the national park.
Ah, okay.
And there was a new. She has delivered a baby new, but the baby new was dead. And
So you saw it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she was like alone. There were some hyenas around, and she was alone with her newborn, but it was not newborn because it was already dead. But she was there, like kicking, like, "Hey, stand up! We have to move. The hyenas are around. We have to move." So that love is not only for humans.
I
It's
think
not
love
only for
transcends anything.
Yeah, maybe it's not a love we see as we love our child, but she was trying. She was trying. Some people would say, no, no, but this is the
Instinct.
instinct. Yes, of course, it's instinct, but the same as our love.
Yeah, a mother love for her son
Of course.
is instinct,
Mm.
but still it's love.
Yeah.
Borja,
Yeah.
thank you very much. Do you want to share a little bit about your book that,
Yeah.
that you wrote?
Also, yes. This is when you arrive. I remember the first day we were talking, and I said, "Oh, you have to read this." And I said, "Man, who is this guy?" There is. I was called by how do you say, the company.
A publishing company.
Yeah, they called me, and last year they told me you have to send it, the manuscript, in February last year. So I finished this book. Was finished here in Mosh. In 2025 in Tanzania.
What does it talk about?
It talks. It's the translation is open wide. It's what I do to the bodies,
Right.
but it's more about opening myself. It's some of my cases and how they affected them to me. For example, here you have the case of my friend that passed away. It's inside of the book because it was very close. It happened when I started to write the book, so I needed to write what I was feeling, and it's in this book with many other stories, and And that's all. It's only in Spanish. Sorry.
For now.
Yeah, for now. And they told me last week that we are going with a second edition because we have sold them all. And let's see if you're interested. Maybe someone can translate it or ask for translation. And you will find what is the life of a forensic doctor in Spain. We do many, many things. And you have here my picture. And here, there is the flag of Tanzania. I realized the other day because it's this bracelet.
And you brought it with you. It's,
yeah.
It's a part of you.
Yeah, and this is my bata, how do you say, my coat. The white coat of a doctor.
Yeah.
But I have it personalized with bones, customized with bones and a heart and flesh. So it's the way I wear, the way I am my work.
And if somebody wants to follow you also on social media?
Social media is the origin, is the cause or solution of all my problems. Social media. You can have it here. It's like Borja Moreno Forense.
There you go.
You can have it, all of it. I use also LinkedIn and I use Facebook, but the more is Instagram. Also Twitter.
I would highly, that's gonna be my homework, to try to read it in Spanish, but como he dicho, no es muy bueno.
No worries. I'm not Shida. Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata. No worries. Borja, thank you very much for this talk about death, but also about love.
Yes, I love that. Thank you. Hug. Thank you, Giovanni.
Gracias.
Wonderful your job here as well. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Comment and like. Bye.